Right, so today we're going to talk about side hustles and what you can do to make them, just take off. Hi guys, Shaz here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the CEO of a mobile games company with over 1 billion downloads. I've interviewed thousands of people, employed hundreds, and I've invested in over 100 startups. So you might be thinking of starting a side hustle, or you might have already started a side hustle to bring in more money. I need to ask you one really important question. Are you using technology to its fullest? If you're here for the first time, I'd like you to subscribe, please, or like, and let's get into the video. Right now is the perfect time to start a side hustle. And why is that? It's because of technology. It's just made it far easier. You could do content creation like I'm doing, right? So what does content creation do for you? A, it gives you an audience, yeah? B, you upload your content to places like YouTube, etc., and they can be monetized by having ads around them. Number 3, if you're using any kind of technology to help yourself or anything that helps you, you can tell your audience about that and get an affiliate link, right? That they click on and you get a percentage cut off the software company when they buy it. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Next, while you're making this content, all you have to do is film it, because now you can get people to do all the editing for you. A long time ago, it was really hard to do content creation because you had to put a job advert for an editor, and then you had to apply and interview them, and then go from there. Or you had to know somebody who knew a guy who could do editing for you. Now you can find loads of freelancers on places like Freelancer, Upwork, Fiverr. You go on, you say editor wanted, I want this much editing, you put a price up and they do the video editing for you. That frees you up to be concentrating on creating the content. And you know what's the best kind of content at the minute to create? It's like lists, how-to videos, life hacks. But what you want to make sure is you don't stretch it out too much. You pick a niche and you stick to that niche. You just get good at it. Next, you should probably be using AI. There's websites out there like White Cream and Simplified. They use AI to write out content for you. Yeah. So instead of having to write loads and loads and loads, you just put in what you want basically, and it writes more content out for you. You could be spending that time on making your side hustle better. And especially for those of you guys whose first language is not English, you can use websites like this and they will make your content more appealing to people. You can have a broader audience and it'll just be better, and it'll help you have a nearly automated workflow. This is called leverage. When you use other people to 10 times your hours, basically it frees you up for the things that you want to do, and it helps you maximize your content output. The next thing that you need to make sure is that you're using technology like vidIQ, TubeBuddy. When you put this content out, you want to be looking at the videos that people are watching and then saying, right, this is the kind of video people like, looking at the thumbnail and thinking, you know what, people like this kind of thumbnail and don't like that. Because if you're not using technology and the AI that's in this in this technology, or basically just analytics, you're getting really left behind. Let me give you an example. We had a video and we put it up, and then we put one thumbnail up for it, and then say for every 1,000 people that looked at it, 50 were watching it. We changed that thumbnail up a bit, right? And then maybe 100 and 150 people were watching it for every 1,000 people that went past that thumbnail. The video was the same, content was the same, the title was the same. All we did was change that thumbnail. How did we know this? Because we used a software that was showing us, right, this thumbnail is way better, it gets more people watching, etc. So if you're not using technology, you're getting left behind. If you start making money from your side hustle, make sure you're not wasting it. Take that money and start investing it somewhere, yeah? Or take that money and start growing your business. For example, even if your side hustle wasn't content creation like me, growing audience, etc., I'm doing this, right, so I can grow an audience and help you guys level up. And then I've got friends to talk about business stuff with, and etc. You won't believe it, that's one of the reasons I do this, so I can get to know people and talk to them about business, invest in them, help them level up. It just gives me great pleasure, and I don't know if it comes out when I talk about that in my smile or not, but that's what gives me pleasure, helping you guys. Whatever you're going to do, once you start making money, please do not take that money out and spend it. So imagine you go and do a side hustle, whether it's one of the ones that I've mentioned or one you're doing, and it could be like something like even working at McDonald's while you're at college, or just doing anything, walking somebody's dog. Any profits you get, take them, store them, and use them for advertising, somehow getting an employee, or just making your business better, your side hustle better and bigger. Then what you want to start doing is taking some of that money and saving it away, and like in the stock market or whatever, I've got some videos on that. That'll start to grow grow. Before you know it, you'll have a lot more money and you'll be making a lot more side income, and it'll start to give you a freedom of time. Like, you know, guys, it all depends on you. I just want everybody to have a better life. And if you can work really hard for 5 to 10 years, you might never have to work again. Or you could work really hard for 5 to 10 years and then really take it easy. So go and put all of these things into practice. The main thing is, don't give up. Always keep on trying, because the greatest pleasures that I've ever had in my life is when I've made something for myself. And it's not all about the money. It's not about the fast cars, the holidays and all of that. That's great. I like having them. But I've really got pleasure out of building something, watching it grow, and you know what, thinking back to the times of, wow, that was hard then, but I still did it. And now I'm, you know, a lot more financially successful, financially free, and I just have a lot more time to do the things I want to do instead of the things that I have to do to pay my bills. Thanks for watching. Don't die average. See you next time. Like and subscribe if you haven't already.